Should we talk about talkabouts?
Yeah.
Well, thought about maybe we talk about what kind of topics. We've got a list of topics.
Right.
And we've been brainstorming stuff.
And there are, so far, 44 topics on our list.
And I know, that's a lot. And I know we talked about we might not get to all of them, but I mean, what are some of your favorites that you might want to look at? And maybe it would be nice to hear from everybody out there, say, what are you interested in? What do you want to hear from us?
Yeah. Right now we're halfway through our inaugural season as far as recording, because we just recorded our 8th one. We just give me a fiver. Yeah.
And John.
Oh, so and John.
Oh, well, I left hanging. Sorry. So anyway, so we've recorded 8 so far.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so in there we've got we had the brick. We've talked about prohibition twice. We've also got grocers in there. Let's see, what else am I missed? The fire.
Fire 42.
We didn't start the fire.
We didn't start the fire, but it's anyway. We're not going to go into lyrics.
No, no. I want to, but
you're right. Then we've Oddfellows.
Yeah.
Am I missing anything?
I'm just thinking about.
Go ahead.
It was a fire.
That was fun.
Oh Lord, it's a fire.
Yeah.
So we've got those on there, but I mean, there's some other things. I know one of the things I wanted to hit was on Heister and Compaction America,
Okay.
and a lot of that was because that was my first real job that I had when I was in high school and right out of high school.
Yeah.
And
I think we're going to get John in front of the camera for that one, right?
Maybe we'll see. But I mean, there's still a lot of great people I know who are around and a lot of great resources.
Yeah.
I know the museum's got a nice table back there with it too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
I really enjoy going into a historical building and checking it out and seeing it. I just think it's really cool. I'm looking forward to maybe someday getting into Ruck's Funeral Home, the Pierce Mansion, and seeing some of the behind the scenes.
Yeah.
What about the Baker Mansion across the street?
Maybe.
You know, we could do a twofer. You know,
Yeah.
folks, if you have an old building, Marianne and Leanne would love to see you, and they would love to have you invite them to the old
We
building.
do better with invitations, but we're not above.
I'm not above cold calling someone and saying, "Hey." Ruben in across the street at Oddfellows, he knows us. We're like, we just wave at him. He's like, "Oh, come on in." You know, he's kind of like, these two crazy ladies, here they come. You know.
But I mean, a lot of this is an effort to preserve the history that we have.
Oh,
Right,
definitely.
as it
before
is
it's
today.
too late.
Yes. I'm looking forward into getting into the Redmond building. I know that's on our list.
That is on our list.
And let's see, we
There was
went in the
another one.
Kresge building, and that's interesting. And it's
We
the
still have one
upstairs-
level to do, and I've not.
Yeah, the basement is kind of scary.
We've not done that
Well,
one yet.
we've talked about the Oddfellows building. Not to make jokes, but just the odd layout of it, and just the buildings that were sandwiched together.
They
Right,
were. And I had no idea. You just think it's just one huge building, and it's not. It's just not.
Well, and then we've also talked about the different places that where banks used to be in town,
Right.
and there's old vaults and different ones of them, and that's kind of cool too.
Or a safe that might need opening. I can bring some tools.
I'll hold a flashlight. I don't know what I can bring to that.
I bought a brand new, really bright flashlight for this. So it's
Awesome.
like we are
Alright.
we are on it.
Okay.
So other than old buildings, I mean, what are some of the other interesting stories you think we might want to get to? I've talked about my thing, which is Heister Compaction America.
Let me see that list again.
Okay. I'll look at it because
Because
we'll
we
look at our
made it.
list.
Yeah.
Mining in Kewanee, I think that's
Yeah.
interesting, and the brickyard that was
So my sister lives near
Yeah.
Northeast Park, and we find bricks in her yard all the time.
Yeah.
That was part of the where they dried the brick. They had big racks.
Right, but
Right.
but you guys didn't miss the big one, and this is one I was hoping you were going to say, which is boiler.
well, yeah, that's a given. But,
Yeah. It's just
everybody talks about boiler.
Yeah.
They do.
we are going to talk about.
Yeah, we're going to talk about
We
boiler.
are
I'm
definitely
going
going
to talk about
it.
E.E. Baker as E.E. Baker,
The person.
the person,
Yeah.
and his brother. You can't do one without the other.
I would like to do one on roller skating rinks in Kewanee.
That would be fun.
Or we can get you on skates.
I'm hoping so. You know, my
Yeah.
husband, he might say, I don't know if that's so smart. But I, in junior high and high school, enjoyed roller skating at Wheels Away
Yeah.
on West McClure,
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
Tenny
yeah,
Bowl was.
yeah.
That was fun.
I would like to. I don't know. We've sort of got this one in the works. Is talk about pigeon racing in Kewanee,
Yes.
which I find that fascinating. And there are still people racing pigeons in Kewanee.
Yeah, for sure.
And, yeah.
Unless they have a red-tailed hawk in their neighborhood,
Right.
which Bill does. So,
Yes. So there are.
Yeah, we know Bill Lamb, but
Yeah.
we'll see if he'll come and talk to us.
Yeah. But pigeon racing was big in the 20s, 30s, and then, of course, it's dwindled down. But
I
think
see
that'd be
one on here
interesting.
that looks history hide and seek.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Yeah. History hide
I
and seek.
think it sounds really
yeah,
cool.
I think that sounds like fun.
So, folks, stay tuned for History Hide and Seek. We don't want to give away too much, but it might be something we will try to release around Hog Days, maybe.
Oh,
And
fun.
it might be something fun
Yeah.
you can do with the family because there's a lot of history here in Kewanee.
So like hidden Mickeys kind of thing?
yeah, except
Only
we can do hidden hogs, maybe.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, we don't know. We haven't really. We
Yeah, we
kinda
haven't
talked
fleshed that
about it.
one out.
We haven't
We're
fleshed it
kind of-
out, but there's a lot of different things you can go around town with your family and check out different things.
Yeah, totally. And I also, around Halloween, for one of our last episodes, I would like to do something like creepy Kewanee.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's some creepy stuff that goes on.
Oh, yeah.
And
Oh, yeah.
No way.
yeah, I know. I mean, I was recently sent photographs of perhaps a ghost
Okay.
on a trail cam.
Okay.
Ooh.
Whether it is or not, it's kind of creepy.
One
So-
creepy
I think that'd
thing
be kinda
here
fun.
that's not out in the open at the museum is we do have an embalming kit here.
Yes, we do.
Ooh.
That's creepy.
Yeah, that is creepy.
It's even creepier if you have an undertaker here to help you use it. My
I
God.
know.
That's true, that's
I know.
true.
And
But-
it was very primitive. It's pretty primitive, but yeah.
Well, just looking at the iron lung in there, I mean, it's seen better days, but the dentist chair in there freaks me the heck out. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes, and apparently that is the heaviest thing in the
Museum.
museum.
I'm not volunteering to move that or piano.
No, we had when we moved here, we had a moving company.
So,
Because
so,
we
well,
weren't
so
gonna
hang
move.
on. So we had a moving company, but one thing I want to talk to you about moving company. If we had that picture in the Oddfellows,
Right, we didn't even talk about
the piano.
Oh, I forgot about
So-
that.
We'll put that in this.
Yeah,
'cause
so-
that was interesting.
So there's 2-player pianos that we saw in the Oddfellows building as it stands today,
yeah,
and
yeah.
one of them was what 1912,
yeah, yeah.
and but yet we think the photo was from what 1920,
It was from 1920.
But it wasn't in the Oddfellows. It was in
No.
the Vallejos building.
which
Yeah.
is right next door.
Yes. Well,
Yeah.
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 So what happened to
But-
that piano?
We don't know.
It may
might
still be on that third
It
floor.
might be on that third floor. We have to see if Ruben sometime.
A
will-
lot of times pianos went in, but they didn't come out.
Can,
Yeah, well, there's a picture, and it's being hoisted outside the building and
yeah.
to go through
Yeah.
a window.
Yeah.
But if so, I mean, there's neat things like that.
Yeah.
I mean, and also there was another picture I need to show you guys,
Mm-hmm.
and I'll throw it up here. But it says Civic. It's on this street here, I believe, on Tremont, and it says it says Civic Club.
Oh.
Yeah, it was just, but that's
Okay.
all it says is Civic Club, and I'm like, okay, what's Civic Club? Because I mean, we've got stuff on Oddfellows. We've got Masonic Lodge,
The Elks.
Elks.
I've heard of the Civic Club.
Moose.
I don't
Okay.
know where, but
Well, and I was
you
gonna
know.
say there's Lions, there's stuff Kiwanis, there's Rotary.
Oh, there was so many different clubs. I know Mike semi-recently posted the Civil Defense Club.
Oh yes, I remember
I think
that.
that's interesting.
Well,
you
what
know.
I thought was really interesting about that is where the lookout was, which is right off Main Street,
Right, yeah, yeah.
above where Hillside is.
Right,
Which
yes.
just is crazy to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Yeah.
So,
That's interesting.
There was a club for everybody.
well, there was. And I was going to say, one of the things maybe I would like to, selfishly, I would like to do at some point in time, but I have to do some more research, would be on the Rotary Club of Kewanee, which is it was founded by E.E. Baker. And actually the E.E. Baker Mansion has a Rotary symbol as one of the windows.
Right? Yes.
So-
yes.
Some cool stuff there.
Yeah.
And we do have an early photo of him at some kind of Rotary luncheon in a former greenhouse, which would be on
Third.
East
Yeah.
Third Street, kind of around where the roly poly was for
Yeah.
the Flemish.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah.
That and it was because I think at that time I think it was, he was working at Walworth. Or wasn't Walworth, it was Western Tube.
Okay.
You know, or actually it was Haxton Steam. You know, and then that shot off and became Boiler. But I think it was around that time, and that's why the gathering is right there on 3rd Street.
That makes sense. Yeah.
In those greenhouses.
Yeah.
But that was really cool. Which brings up, we haven't talked about Walworth or Western Tube too much. And that was someplace when I was growing up. It wasn't, when I was growing up, it was 80s. And the place had closed. So Pines had moved into part of it. But yet there was that part on 3rd Street, which still stood. And that was eventually torn down. Now the Community Education Center for Black Hawk College was put there and such. But it still fascinates me. And it fascinates me just how large Western Tube really was.
Yeah.
My dad worked there, and I remember as a kid, you know, we just had the one car, and sometimes we would ride with Mom to take Dad to work.
Yeah.
And he would go in that main entrance, you know, off of 3rd Street and like the shop side. But yeah.
Yeah, they had their own baseball team and baseball diamond and
a nurse,
hospital or infirmary station.
And I know we've talked, and it was like its own city.
Yeah.
And just that,
Police,
and then
fire.
right. And then we had the buttons, which were control buttons, you know, so you can get in and get out.
Right.
Yeah.
And so it's mind-boggling to me just how you've got U.S. government supervision. They're making shells, they're making stuff for the war effort, and it was a major industry at Kewanee.
Yeah.
Now, don't we have all their cards from there, or is it from Boiler? All the defense cards?
Those are from Boiler.
Oh, those are from Boiler.
Yeah.
That's still cool.
Yeah, the you know, you had to have your fingerprints on them.
Yeah.
FBI clearance.
Yeah, just to go to work in Kewanee, Illinois. Which, you know, is why downtown was rebuilt after the fire.
Yeah.
So
It's all connected.
it is.
Yeah.
Everything is connected.
Yeah.
So, well, we hope that you enjoyed watching this little short here. If you have topics that you want to see, if you've liked some of the topics we've tossed out, we'd like to hear from you. If you've got material for us, I mean, we would love to hear from you. The more views we can get of history, the more accurate we can get.
Or
Right.
another tour of another building would be awesome.
Yeah.
Not that she's asking.
I ask. I'm not shy.
So
right.
tune in to us, YouTube, Kewanee Memory Lane, and then Facebook, also Kewanee Memory Lane. Don't forget, what is it, Kewanee Nostalgia?
Kewanee Nostalgia is our Historical Society Facebook group.
And Mike DeWalder, our president, he runs that. And we help moderate it, I guess.
Right.
But he does a great job of putting things on there of interest every day.
And don't forget to answer the questions, because you don't answer the questions,
You don't
you're going to
get
get
in.
in.
You don't get in.
So thanks for watching. We'll see you soon. See you back at the museum.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for cruising with us today. We hope you enjoyed the show, and you'll join us for our next cruise down Kewanee Memory Lane.